watch a JBM Fargo video. This is why Playback abandoned their audience. Agent00 and Low. You know, if you know me, I was an avid listener to their pod. I listened to, you know what I'm saying, Welcome Back, Playback, you know what I'm saying? And I was, what was the name of the pod? I can't think of the name of the pod. What was the name of the pod? What was the name of the pod? Peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer, yeah. This was such a good pod, bro. J Smooth, K-Son, Chris, they had Rage on that bit. Aaron and Mikey was on that bit. JoJo, Young Don, Silky, damn, Clarence. Bro, the pod was moving, bro. Yeah, Mikey and Aaron. Shout out to Mikey and Aaron, bro. They did what I wanted to do that so bad. I'm not gonna cap. I wanted to be on this pod so bad, bro. I think they're one of the reasons I actually started to get into pods. Cause I like listening to YouTubers talk about YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. I really wish I would have. I fucking love their pod, bro.
The Playback channel was a YouTube channel featuring the duo of Agent00 and Legend of Winning, aka Low. These two will post commentary videos on a variety of subjects, from TikTok degenerates to any crazy thing happening in the streaming/internet community. They were pretty consistent as far as producing content, but as time went on, they suddenly stopped uploading. So what exactly happened? Well, I'm here to give you as close to an answer as you can possibly get. Let's get into it. The history of Agent and Low's friendship goes back to a little bit before—
Yo, chat, I realized I've been watching Agent for a long time. Like, yeah, I fuck with all the AMP and shit, but I've been watching this nigga Agent for a long ass time, bro. Like, really long time. I've been watching Agent. I was watching Agent when this was his only channel, and he was doing, like, when he had beef with Keemstar, because he was calling himself Agent Beamstar and handling like 2K news and shit. I was watching this nigga since shit. I was watching Agent for a grip, bro. Cause like I liked 2K, but like his shit just wasn't only 2K. Like he was calling himself Agent Beamstar, handling like the drama in between communities and shit like that, bro. Like, he was cooking, bro. Agent was cooking. Agent's been cooking for a long time. Like, what's so crazy is niggas just think they found AMP, or AMP is some new group of content creators. Nah, most of these niggas, the only nigga that didn't have a milli at the time of their coming together was Phantom. Cause it was originally supposed to be Davis, Duke, Agent, and Phantom. The only one that didn't have a mill at that time was Phantom, but I think he was kind of close. And then they brought Chris and Kai in. But them niggas was already cooking. I think I only watched Davis's videos like once before AMP. I tuned into a couple of Duke's live stream, but I was already watching. That's how I found out he was doing a group, was through Agent. And like I was watching Phantom, but I don't think Phantom was doing 2K content then. Phantom was doing his story times at the time. Didn't Davis create the group? I think it was Davis and Phantom, yeah. I think Davis and Phantom had that idea. And you know when they had the idea? They had the idea during one of Agent's videos where they all came over to see who can play 2K the longest. I literally remember watching that video, bro. I actively watched that video as soon as it dropped. Like, you really just don't know, bro. You don't know, bro.
For Agent's early YouTube days, specifically around 2013, 2014. Agent was on a podcast called the AO Podcast, which is a crazy name, by the way, where they would stream from Skype to YouTube. Low started off as a graphic designer until Agent eventually brought him on as a guest one day, and the rest is history.
Hey, so I remember we was doing an AO podcast. It was like me, Waffle Man. There was a few other people on blanking.
Damn.
I don't remember because we rotated so many.
This is their first couple of episodes of the pod, and I literally used to watch these niggas so heavily, bro.
Groups of people, and so on this old podcast, we used to have guests on the show. I remember.
I think this was like
on one of the podcasts. I was like,
wasn't this like? I think this was like right before the pandemic. I want to say this was right before the pandemic. This one.
Yo, we're looking for
and they had this set up because they had this set up and then they moved to the couches, like the long couch, and then John started doing the shit for them so they can just talk and
guests. But then I didn't really know many people, so I was relying on like the people watching to be the guests. Earlier than that, bro, it was like 2014, 13.
Yeah, probably. You probably right. Probably
so anyway, this podcast is going on. I see a tweet, and keep in mind my Twitter was slow as shit, so if you sent me a tweet that day, I would see it for sure. And Lo sent me, I forgot what it was, but it was like this AO podcast with like, it had like a giraffe graphic or something like that.
It was a thumbnail.
Okay, and it was fucking creative. It was the most creative thing I seen in a minute. And so I was like, oh snap. So then I clicked on your page, and I think you had some videos live on your channel, just some you did like way back.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, so this guy kind of knows what he's talking about, and he's not like, we're not gonna have him on the podcast. He can have nothing to contribute, right?
Yeah.
So then you were guesting the podcast, and then back then I had no human skills, so no cap. I remember telling Waffleman and then this dude, I was like, I don't know how to tell this guy that he's not gonna come on for another podcast, but we already added you to the Skype chat, so we couldn't then get rid of you.
Facts.
So we just kind of kept you for another podcast, and then nobody wanted to tell you to go away, and you were kind of just coming back. So we were just like every night we'd be on Skype chats talking shit about 2K or talking about videos. And it was like maybe 4 or 5 of us.
Though the two had separate channels, they would collaborate from time to time, with Lo having cameos on Agent's 2K videos. In late January 2020, Agent and Lo would upload the first episode of the Peer-to-Peer podcast, which I'll refer to as Peer-to-Peer for short. Their third attempt at starting a podcast, according to Agent.
We're starting a new podcast. For those of you guys who have been following us for a while, you know we had a podcast last year. And then if you've been following us for a very long time, you know we had a podcast like 4 years ago. It's our annual ritual where we stop a podcast and start a new one. So we had like an odd launch for it. We dropped a couple episodes on all the other platforms, but we didn't drop them on YouTube. And so this is going to be a YouTube exclusive. So you're not going to be able to see this on any other platform, guys.
And this podcast was actually solid, discussing all types of current events, and they even invited notable guests on there from the likes of every member of AMP, Tia Rage, Sneeko, and even Gideon. Peer-to-Peer was loved for many reasons, and I can honestly say that even though I didn't tune into every single podcast episode, I think the podcast was very well produced for the most part. Now around the same time that Peer-to-Peer was...
Not Sneeko? Yeah, this was before Sneeko tweaked the fuck out. This was before Sneeko tweaked out. But this is where Sneeko actively admitted to being a cuck, which is so crazy. Was on their fucking pod. Isn't that insane? That's actively where he admitted to being a cuck, bro.
Hitting its stride, Agent and Lo launched the Playback channel. Like I said earlier, the premise of the channel was basically reacting to anything interesting they came across, hence the name of the channel, Playback. The original idea for the channel was to stand out a bit, mixing IRL or competitive videos with normal reactions. This direction was scrapped and they just opted to do reactions. Now these reactions were really entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. I will watch these when I'm eating, when I'm just sitting there chilling, editing a video or something, bro. I ain't gonna lie, they came through for me. That's really saying a lot because I really don't watch any content that's not somewhat thought-provoking or entertaining. As a direct result of the success of AMP and Peer-to-Peer, Playback grew to over 500,000 subscribers, posting consistently. And this is where things started to change. In December of 2022, Lo would get exposed by his ex on Twitter for cheating on her 4 times with 4 different women.
Oh, I remember that. Damn, that was a while ago. Shit.
He admitted to in a tweet of his own. I wasn't too...
No, wait, what did he say?
On Twitter for cheating on her 4 times.
How do you cheat on someone 4 times to claim you loved and wasted 2.5 years of my life? Stayed quiet, protected you.
With 4 different women, which he admitted to in a...
Not gonna lie, there's been so much going on the internet. I hate that we ended Playback. Wait, not gonna lie, there's been so much going on the internet that I hate that we ended Playback. Facts, bro. Oh my god, man, if they would have brought back Playback, bro.
A tweet of his own. I wasn't too hip to the situation at the time. All I kept seeing was memes of Lo at Kroger and people saying that he went 4 for 4, comparing it to Jordan going 6 for 6 in the finals. Niggas even called him Legend of Kroger, bro. Like, these were wild times. Hilarious. A lot of people roasted Lo for a while and even to this day, but let's be real, niggas really don't care about a content creator they watch cheating on their woman. Now obviously if it was a woman doing what Lo did,
while I don't care, I don't why I don't care, I don't, yeah, like it just makes me look at you a little bit different. Like, yeah, but you're a cheater. Like, that's nothing you can ever really, like, live down. But, like, I'm not going to actively cut you off for cheating on somebody. That's not my relationship. But, like, at the same time, he cheated. Yeah, he cheated on his girl.
Opinion will be different. A few weeks after this situation on January 6, 2023, Agent00 would announce the end of peer-to-peer after 258 episodes. In this last episode, while they're saying their goodbyes, Low takes the time to address the cheating situation.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, my now ex put out a tweet kind of highlighting and exposing me as a cheater. And I'm here now to tell the rest of the world that yes, I am. I cheated, man. I cheated. I am a cheater. I don't agree with it. My stance on cheating still hasn't changed. I think cheating is bad. That's not changing. I just believe I made bad decisions. That's it.
Four times?
That's all it is. 4 times, yeah.
It was 4 times?
4 times.
The same girl or different girls?
Different girls, different women. It was not a Kroger associate, but I don't really think any of that really matters. People also ask me why I cheated. That also doesn't really matter at all because it's just bad decisions. It's not the right thing to do, and so I don't want people to think that like there's a way to justify it or anything like that. The whole argument of like how can you criticize people? Everybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't want to be pegged as a perfect person. Like I just don't want to be. I don't want if you're trying to pedestalize me to be a perfect person, please stop. Like right now.
Not a fan of cheaters. Yeah, I like. My thing is like, it's like yeah, niggas will look at you different, but at the end of the day, what you do in your relationship ain't got shit to do with me, you know? I don't know if the relationship was lacking or something like that. Still not an excuse, but I don't know what was going on through your head, so I can't, you know? It's fucked up. It is, but like, women too, hey man, I don't care.
Now, and the reason why to stop that as well is because it comes along with the criticism. Because if that's the case, like I personally, trust me, I really don't care nor mind the critiques that come in my comment section and replies all the time. I don't mind it. And the reason why I don't is because I know that comes along with being a person and that comes along with mistakes. So people are going to criticize me. So that's also fine as well. Bro, we all make bad mistakes. We all human. We all understand what's right and wrong. It's not really about you making the mistakes or making the bad decisions. It's you trying to grow and bounce back from those bad decisions that you made.
As for why peer-to-peer ended, Agent speaks on it on stream a short time after, citing him and everyone involved prioritizing other things in life.
Yeah, I think it was really just mainly because like the pod, you know, it takes a lot. You gotta get a guest, your schedule's gotta line up, you gotta make sure everything's good, you gotta get it edited, you have to have sponsorships and shit like that to turn a good profit. You feel me? But with streaming, I can boot up, make he can boot up, make 20K and be chilling. Don't gotta edit, don't gotta worry. Now niggas can do some post editing from the stream and shit. But if I can turn on the stream, do some shit for a couple hours, leave. You know, I don't gotta make sure it's perfect, cut this out, you know?
Like Agent working on AMP's videos on top of growing his own brand.
At the end of the day, I just couldn't handle all the priorities on my plate. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's not just a podcast, even in my personal life. Like there's times where my mom can't even get a hold of me and I feel bad. Once you take a step back from content, it hits you like there's so many other things that matter. Yeah. And sometimes you can't forget about those things because they're also really important. At the end of the day, those are the most important things. At the end of the day, the podcast was fun to do. It's just on the list of priorities, I wasn't giving it the attention it deserved, nor was anybody else. Everybody had a priority that was more important than peer-to-peer, and you can tell by the way we were executing, because even if you enjoyed the podcast, I'm sure you've seen podcasts where you're like, damn, how the f did they let this slip? So I never had any intention for the pod to end, but we tried to grow it as much as we could. But in all reality, any time I spent on the podcast was time I wasn't spending on AMP. And AMP is demanding. It's time I wasn't spending on stream. And stream is demanding. It was time I wasn't spending on many other things that I could have been spending my time on. And it just felt like I was half-assing something that deserved serious attention. And I know, even though the podcast did good, It couldn't have done great had any one of us been able to give it that attention.
I know a lot of y'all probably asking, what does Low cheating have to do with Playback not uploading? Nothing crazy, but to fans of the channel, this scandal made them see Low as hypocritical. Low's opinions on relationships and women came across as someone who's big on loyalty and bashes promiscuity. He even said on video that he didn't think he could cheat on the woman that he's with, so I could understand where a lot of these
see, I didn't even know that. Like, I will say, when your public opinion is screwed a little bit, it tends to fuck up everything else you got going on. Cause like, I will say there was a couple videos about like women that like, I kind of like, after the whole situation, that, cause they still kept making playback videos for a short time after peer to peer. So like, and I was like, but Lo, you cheated on your girl though. So it's like, you know, but like, I would still listen, you know what I'm saying? Because just because a nigga cheats don't mean they dumb. Like, they did something dumb, but they not dumb. You feel me? So, you know?
fans are coming from.
I don't think I could do that because like you legitimately took advantage of me being genuine, like you just sat there and said.
Yeah.
Like I was genuine, I trusted you, and you just took advantage of that to participate in a whole nother relationship. No, I couldn't do that.
Another theory that I saw that I want to sort of debunk is about Agent distancing himself because Lo cheated. This is really
That's cap. That's cap. You wanna know why that's cap? Because Agent has had Lo on stream multiple times. He has Lo on stream multiple. He did a whole segment where he was trying to find Lo love.
Far-fetched because the two seemed cool after the fact, continuing to make videos until the beginning of this year before going radio silent. I think this is a case of two friends who once collaborated all the time just going to do their own thing. Lo runs 2 channels of his own on top of hosting events on an app called Playback, while Agent is still an AMP producer.
Bro, damn, look, Agent00 game, Agent0 everything. Bro, that nigga has channels on channels on channels, bro.
Content on top of streaming and keeping up with his own reaction channel. Playback was good for what it was, and if it is the end, I hope they return sometime in the future for one last run. But let me know what you guys think about this entire situation in the comments, man. I'm gonna try to keep the consistency up for y'all. We on the road to 70K now, you feel what I'm saying? I really want to reach that 100, but we gotta reach 70 first, so make sure y'all sub.
Hey, W video, man. Yeah, bro, I think I tweeted about it the other day. Did you misread it now? I swear I tweeted about it. Hold on. Yeah. Literally, I tweeted this on the 16th. I was like, kinda missed this channel, not gonna lie. Bro, this was they had a good fucking channel, bro. They had a good channel. I would love to see them make a comeback, but hey man, you just never know, bro.